this, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say black quotes, or just quotes from black people. Doesn't necessarily be in history. It could be everyday things that black people say. And you have to kind of try to tell me who...
Hold on, I gotta guess.
Yes. You gotta tell me who said what. LoudSilence TV. Every week come here to see that little bit of sweet heat for Hot Sauce and Honey. Your host, Cha
And Sook.
All right, holla at your girl.
See you soon.
So the game basically is like this, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say black quotes, or just quotes from black people. Doesn't necessarily be in history. It could be everyday things that black people say. And you have to kind of try to tell me who...
Hold on, I gotta guess.
Yes. You gotta tell me who said what. LoudSilence TV. Every week come here to see that little bit of sweet heat for Hot Sauce and Honey. Your host, Cha
And Sook.
All right, holla at your girl.
See you soon.
So the game basically is like this, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say black quotes, or just quotes from black people. Doesn't necessarily be in history. It could be everyday things that black people say. And you... more time to kind of engage with each other, family and friends, which we have not done in a long time, right? So, you know, that's the good aspect of it, but then, like, the negative aspect is, like, we know, like, something is coming. And it's scary.
And I just hope they don't drag it. That's the thing. And my thing is just, like, tell us what it really is.
You don't want to go to two places.
Exactly. So, and I'm kind of picky. So down to how you polish and everything, everything has to be on the flow. But
Why
if
you
I
think
could
they don't want to do
find,
feet? You think that too?
I definitely think it's something that's like, I'm too good to do feet.
For real?
Because you got some in the nail salon, some of the Asians,
They don't even do feet.
that certain ones, they don't do feet.
Right.
So, and no shade, but I think men do feet better. Because they actually
pay attention to detail.
Exactly. Women to be like, let me have it this shit.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, you gotta catch it. Listen, I already know how well my pedicure is going by. If you cut my cuticle, like they try to skip over the cuticle cut, I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, ma'am, can you hook me up, please? Like, I won't tip you. But
or they try to let that feet sit in that water for a little too long. You know, they try to prolong it.
When they try to let you dip your
it
feet
has
in
to be a balance.
Yeah. But yeah, back to the corona. You know, I know everybody is probably a little scared, and you know, we have a little platform here, so you know, it's just we try to use the platform for good and just let everybody know. You know, just take the proper precautions. Make sure you keep your hands clean. Think about when you use gas pumps and things like that.
Yeah.
Always try to keep gloves in your car. You know, if you don't have masks, because I know masks are very hard to find right now, you can always use a scarf, bandana, things like that.
But you know, one thing that has irked me. No shade. You know, people won't take this how they want to take it. Most of the dirty people, now y'all know y'all who y'all are. Y'all was the ones in there taking all the water, all the toilet paper, you know. Seriously, I know y'all. I done seen some people firsthand. I be like, now girl, you know, your house ain't never. But you know, I'm gonna just keep it real for a second because you know,
I'm not saying
DC is the #1. Last I heard, known for like bed bugs in the Eastern, right? So I mean, they coming from somewhere.
I mean, we worked at a hotel, so we know a bed bug or two, okay?
Yeah.
So I understand. I mean, I don't know. I just try to, you know.
You see me turning the cheek, right?
Look, I don't know about that. I just know, you know, I try to practice cleanliness because cleanliness is like godliness.
Yep.
You know, from top to bottom, your hair, because you know, even with the weaves and stuff, sometimes girls don't even take care of it.
They don't wash it.
You know. I remember my hairstylist, she was like, every time I take out your installs, your hair is so clean. I said, yeah, because I still wash my hair with my installs in. She was like, girl, don't do that. So
the kernels have kind of taken away. I mean, it's a little harder, but wash it before and after you put it in, and you can try to wash it while it's in.
Yeah.
That says a lot about a woman who wears weave, a dirty weave. Let's say that. You know, but
look, tea. I was like that.
Because all them Brazilian, honey, y'all.
What you think about Trump giving away $1,000 to everybody?
I think it's great on one hand because
people need it.
I think I'm a part of those people about to get the $1,000.
Okay.
But it also makes me think like this isn't the first pandemic we've gone through. Why now? Why do you decide now to give us money? You know, if anyone knows who has ever had government assistance, had to, or tried to get it, whatever, it is not hard getting any assistance from the government. So for them to just say, hey,
here it is.
Here, exactly. It's kind of like, here it is. Right.
And y'all already know what's the catch, right? Well, I do know the first thing I heard, to receive the $1,000 stipend, you do have to fill out your Census Bureau paper. Everybody should have got one already in the mail. You're supposed to take that and fill that out, and that way they know who to give the $1,000 to. That's what I heard. So I'm gonna go ahead. I saw mine, so I'm gonna go ahead and fill that out. The ballpoint pen. But on what you were saying, with you feel like it has something to do with something, I agree with that too, because I just want to know. Okay.
I think I know what you're going to say.
You know what I'm going to say? Like, I feel like with everything with Trump at this point, it's a catch. So for him to give us that $1,000, I'm like, okay, what could he be wanting to sway the news from? Because we know he's master manipulator of news. So if he's doing something like that, he's trying to take your attention off of something else. So I had to think. I'm like, what was he trying to do? But then it kind of dawned on me from back when he first took office, how he kind of fired everyone that was under the Obama administration, right? So from people that I know that work in the White House, not the White House, the Pentagon and things like that, Congress, he fired so many people, but he never technically rehired and filled these spaces. So it's a lot of empty spaces throughout the system, the government. So some of the people that were fired were Center of Disease Control, Border Disease Control, FDA, censor, all those people who maybe 5 years ago we weren't thinking were that important. We're looking for them now.
They're coming,
and they're not, and there's nobody working to have stopped certain things from kind of penetrating, you know, United States. So he didn't replace a lot of people. So I think that people are starting to realize and connect the dots. And so before the world turned and look at him like, damn.
I definitely agree. And I also think that it was a plan. that has gone wrong. So now, and this is just what I believe. So I think it has something to do with, this is the conspiracy I've come up with. Okay, so I think, you know, if you notice from the time he got into office, it was always something with another country. He always talks about making America great again, but if you notice, he could never do one interview without talking about another country. It always sways from what's best for us, and it goes over to, well, how do we get it from this country, that country. So honestly, when it first happened, I thought it was something, with alliances, and maybe he just didn't want us to get any goods from them, because I heard China was raising prices on products and so forth. So he was trying to stop the money stream. And I initially thought that they planted the virus in China, but it went wrong when it got to the U.S. And I think that's
when you said who planted it.
Our government.
You think our government did it?
I believe our government. But I think the plan went
wrong.
Horribly wrong.
I agree with 50% of your theory. The only thing I don't agree with is that the U.S. planted it. I feel like the U.S. didn't plant it. I feel like it was used to knock multiple birds with one stone. I feel like Trump didn't know nothing about this, because you could tell by the look at his face, he looks even more lost than he usually looks. And that's hard, because Trump always look lost, okay? So I honestly, from when the pandemic first, before it kind of blew up, I be on different websites, and I've seen them talking about it in China, that China is the only place that houses the coronavirus. Like, you have these special buildings that house all these diseases. There you go. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you to the back. Yeah, so that they're the only lab that housed the corona was in China. So I feel as though somebody came to the Chinese government like, look, you got this problem, I got this problem. You got a problem with overpopulation. I got this problem of the United States is making too much money. Let's get some of this money. They don't know what they're doing with it. So I feel as though they took...
That's a good conspiracy.
Hello? But listen, I got another conspiracy.
That makes more sense. And I think what I hear from the both of us is that someone knows something.
Somebody knows something.
They definitely know more than they're letting.
The virus is too specific.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This virus is way too specific about how it attacks and how it feeds. And I want everybody to really pay attention to the fact that most people that I know have been sick within the last 4 to 5 months.
Okay.
With some type of cold.
You can use your danger sign.
Yeah.
Tell people the danger.
Matter of fact, listen.
Yeah.
Most people I know have already been sick for the last... Have had some type of common cold, have had some type of sniffles, had some type of fatigue. My son's father was sick maybe a month ago, and when I say we've been together for 5 years, he's been sick twice, and that was one of the times. And he was like... to the brink of tears sick. You know what I mean? He got over it. Then I got sick, then my son got sick, and my sister was sick. I feel as though the virus has already been spreaded. The virus is airborne. So it don't matter if you touch something. If you inhale, you're going to probably 9 times out of 10 get it. I feel like we've already been exposed to it.
Yeah,
I feel as though most people, immune, especially blacks, Africans, can... I feel like the virus has already been exposed, and I feel like our immune system has already kind of built up for it, and that's why we don't die and get sick. I mean, we have been dying and we're getting sick from it because viruses. One thing about viruses, everybody know, if you took biology, we know that viruses get stronger over time. So every day that the virus is living, and it's getting smarter, and it's learning how. Okay, well, they're not getting infected. Let me find the virus. Going to find a way.
That's very true. So last year I had the flu last February, and I remember my head, I couldn't really open my eyes. There was so much pain behind my eyes, and when I would take something from my head, I'm like, okay, I feel a little better. Then it would travel to my body. So I would like sit in the tub and soak, and then when I would my body feel better, and then it would travel back to my head. So it kept playing on me to figure out where your weak spot. And I really was like, this is a live virus, and it everything is about money. Okay. Why they're deciding to do this is beyond me. However, the show goes on, and you know,
So, long story short, we don't trust Trump. We don't know what that $1,000 is for, but I'll take it. I know exactly what I'm gonna do with it.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna pay my rent for a good month, and I'm gonna leave the country for a while. I think this is a time for me to just do what I need to do.
Yeah, no, this is really a time to put the phones down.
Yes.
And to live a good life, to read a book. This is the time for us to really figure out what's going on.
Work out.
Yeah, drink water.
Eat correctly, because the better your body is equipped to fight off a virus, the better you are. So now's the time to eat right, work out, detox yourself.
Right.
Basically everything Dr. CB was talking about before he passed.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and try to revisit that. Because it seemed like the man was on to something and was trying to warn us for years. And nobody want to listen. Nobody want to take. But now we're going to be looking at these. Because you got to think about it. Even if it, say for instance, it is the end of the world, which God forbid, Ismaillah. Just God forbid, if it is, if we all have to... I'm a little scared. But even if it is, you're not scared?
No, because I got a higher power.
I know that's right.
It's my time to go.
But have you noticed, speaking about higher power, have you noticed how the one thing we should be doing as people, most people are doing?
Let's talk about it, honey.
We should be repenting.
Let's talk about it.
And not running to the beaches.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Okay, so this is not the time. So last week I went to church. And don't get me wrong, I do, but and it seemed like a century since I've been to church. It was just last week.
God got a way of drawing you back.
So, he went on to say, and however, let me say this. I do not believe, I feel like older people, yes, you should stay home. Those who have a weak immune system or any underlying medical conditions, please stay your ass at home, okay?
Please
but this is the crazy part. Let's get outside of the corona. You should be doing that anyway if you don't feel well. And not just when it's corona. I done seen people come to work and y'all sneezing, you smelling like wet dog. Stay home. It's practices I feel like we should have been doing. We gotta
learn how to take care of ourselves and our planet, because we gotta look at the planet as a gift. It is not something we are. You know what I mean? It's a gift. We're not entitled to this world. You know what I'm saying? It's something that was given to us to enjoy. So we kind of gotta get out of our own selfishness and being like, I gotta do this. I gotta do this.
We have a way of feeling like the world owes us something. We have a way of feeling like we deserve this, that. We only deserve whatever we put out there to get. No one owes us anything. And I think if we could raise our children in that mindset, then we'll have a lot more bosses. We'll have a lot more go-getters.
Okay.
So
less basketball players, more doctors.
We ain't gonna be looking up to these rappers, baby mamas. No shade.
No, that's shade, because
that's true.
For some reason our generation thinks that it's ideal to worship these rappers, baby mamas. Your only claim to fame is that you had a child by somebody who had a record deal with somebody or whatever. I feel like women, we gotta aspire to be a little bit more than that. I would want to be...
Women are the closest thing to God. Let's talk about it.
Okay.
Black women are almost parallel to God, if you really want to get into it. Did you see the first Bible? Oh, we ain't talking about how Facebook shut that down when that guy found the first Bible ever, the black guy, how they took it off of Facebook.
The very first Bible?
The very first Bible.
See, a lot of people not really ready for that.
Oh, no.
Matter of fact, next time we come on, we're going to have a whole breakdown of what we think about necessarily the Bible, the first Bible, what the Bible was used, how it was a tool. So we'll get into that a little further next time. Yeah, but I think that a lot of Europeans made it a mission to erase us out of a lot of stuff. So we know that. We know, you can tell that by looking at the if you look at the pyramids and how all the pyramids don't have noses, all the noses are cut off and stuff like that. Who do you think did that?
Because they want us to believe a straight nose is their nose. That's not ever the case.
That's why I do a little contour.
The Bible says that man was the color of a penny, honey. Mm-hmm. He was bronze. He was copper.
I bet you Jesus was like a
you already know.
Black
He was
man.
probably fine.
He probably glowed a little bit. Like Nipsey. I think a little darker, and I think of short, thick, curly hair. Nipsey is fine. Nipsey, I used to date a guy that looked like Nipsey. I ain't gonna say his name.
Don't say it.
I'm married now. But I used to date a guy that just like Nipsey. He was a bad boy too.
See? You know what? But back to what you were saying, this is a great time to support one another.
Okay, I have one more thing about the corona too. Like, I want to compare the corona to, like, for example, the Ebola virus. How I guess it's a lot of discrimination going on with Chinese Americans right now. I guess a lot of Chinese Americans feel a little unwelcomed, a little discriminated against.
New York, they're beating people up and all.
Oh, for real? See, I ain't know about New York. They beat people up now. New York, you know better. Come on.
Child.
But I feel like
there's more. New York rent high. They know they gotta work, honey. They upset.
Are you?
That market rent is sky. Them people are butthurt.
But I feel like let's compare, because there are a lot of Chinese American, like, you know, politicians and celebrities that are speaking out about it. But where was this energy? Not saying it's right. Okay. Yeah. But where was this energy when everybody had everything to say about the Ebola being this African ass disease, and the Spanish flu was not called the Spanish flu, but they called it the Spanish flu. It's racist. And Trump, it's from China. He was like, it's the China virus. Like, come on now.
And he said, I said what I said. I said,
he did.
He said that.
He did. Trump, when you deal with the devil so much like that, you have to know that there's somewhere that you will go that's waiting for you. And the fact that you're fine with that,
I mean, hey,
you a bad motherfucker. Because I wouldn't be able to sleep at night, okay?
Yeah.
I would be, like, up at night.
You know, but life goes on.
Yeah.
The show goes on.
Just let's try to stay prayed out. Try to stay faith. Try to get everything y'all need now, because we may be bunkered down for another month or two.
And also, this is a great time, because I actually started to do it, to watch what we eat. Like, it's so cliche now, just because everyone just went. A couple of years ago, it was just this big thing where eating healthy, it wasn't even about being a lifestyle. It was just like a thing. Right. Like, it was like a thing, you know. But, like, little things goes a long way. And basically, if we take care of our bodies going to take care of us.
Hello? That's a good word. That's a word. Take care of your body. Your body will take care of you.
Parties. People can go to parties again. Spring break.
Y'all trifling as hell for going out for spring break. It's like,
you think so?
Trifling. Every time everybody decides to go out and just hang out, you're pushing us deeper into a quarantine. Like, if everybody just said, okay, you know what, let me just listen, let's everybody follow the rules, it's cutting our time.
But see, I think that's the thing. I think, okay, so...
It's ghetto.
But see, it's not just within our community. So,
no, it's not. It's not us, necessarily.
A good girlfriend of mine, she just came back from Africa. And she was like, you know, a lot of people were still traveling that were not of color. So I think the thing is, and I think this is what gets me when it comes to the black community and news media. I think that they meaning the news and government, I think they have this idea in their head, which is pretty much true, that anything they feed us, we will process. So it's a good handful of us that will take anything they say and run with it, just because it's just something we have done for so long. Okay, let me say this. Should you be precautious? Ooh, word.
It's okay.
Yes.
Moscato.
All right, yes. However, I don't think you should stop living your life.
I do. Stay home. Don't come outside.
And now if you're
hide your wife, hide your kids.
If you're sneezing and all that shit, and you already nasty and you musty and you got snotty kids, and you know, cause y'all don't be keeping y'all kids at the park. But let's talk about that on another note. And you know, so it's just nasty. Y'all stay in the house. But for those who like y'all on the road, you know what I'm saying, you ready, you're prepared, then live your life. But yeah, for y'all who don't have no type of discipline and y'all just dirty which way ever, and you think you should clean around Clorox wipes, girl, bye, you dirty. Stay in the house and go clean that house, and you better not clean it with just some Clorox wipes. You need to get you some hot water the old-fashioned way and some soap. That's the real cleaning. Put the wipes to the side, okay?
I got a horn. I'm gonna bring my horn
and
next
that's
time.
what blew me. If you sit up there and clean your whole house with Clorox wipes, honey, you do not know how to clean.
Hello?
You need to get you a nice little raggedy rag with the boiling hot water with some subs. Oh, my grandmother wasn't taking that. Get that hot steaming water, put some soap in there, get on your knees, honey, and clean. Them Clorox wipes is not gonna do it. And the fact that y'all sitting up there trying to stop.
Clorox wipes is for your car or your desk at work.
Your desk, okay? Really? Y'all ain't got no desk, so stop faking and get to
your
cleaning.
mama ain't never, your grandmother, your mother never made you scrub the cupboard.
Child, they dirty.
Scrub
they are dirty.
You gotta scrub.
And the dirty ones was out there, and y'all just been have y'all little refund. Want some Clorox wipes? Y'all, let's talk about it.
I just don't think they should be outside. I think everybody just needs to limit. Like, really, just stay on your porch.
Yeah. And this is a good time. Let me not be shady.
What?
But this is a good time for y'all to be teaching them kids, too.
Yeah, simple shit. Alphabets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's talk about it.
Let's get the kids.
Let's see how much your child really knows, okay? Because this the time. You can't blame shit on a teacher right now.
Right.
Let's talk about it.
Because next year, when the kids go back to school, the teacher's going to be looking like what you did.
Not a damn thing, but infect other people because your kid is dirty.
Everybody is having parties right now, though. Everybody, like, I saw a parking lot party. I ain't going to put her out there, but I asked her, like, bitch, where you was at?
But you know what? I went past one last night.
Yeah,
I didn't say no, but I was around like 4 people. I didn't go in the midst of the crowd. I just pulled up with my sister to see how she was doing.
She said she went to a whole live quarantine party yesterday.
Oh, it definitely wasn't quarantine because they was out there, honey. Had a moon bounce and everything. Child.
Black people, man, we don't. You cannot lay us down. We is coming out.
But see, maybe that's what they want. Now that you say that, maybe that's what they want.
I feel like they wanted us to think that we couldn't get it because you could get it.
If you notice, oh my God,
remember they were saying, "Oh, black people can't get it."
That's what it is. So if you notice, last year was like our year. Black businesses were booming. Black millionaires were making the list. And it's just like...
all of a sudden.
Oh, hold on. These niggas out of control. What Kanye had that song, Niggas in Paris?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, niggas in Paris, honey. Yeah. That's a big thing. And... I don't know. We might gotta have a little
conspiracy hour.
Only
y'all need to comment and let us know what y'all think. You know, we're gonna be back. We're gonna take a little teeny break. We're gonna wash our hands.
Yeah.
Okay. And we'll be back. So make sure you stay tuned. Grab
Go
a
wash your hands
back.
too. Okay.
You know, Hot Sauce and Honey on LoudSilence TV and Network. I'll holler at your girl.
See you in the bed.
LoudSilence TV. Every week come here and see that little bit of sweet heat for Hot Sauce and Honey.
That's sweet.
Your host, Cha.
This is...
All right, holler at your girl.
See you soon.
So the game basically is like this, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say black quotes or just quotes from black people. Doesn't necessarily be in history. It could be everyday things that black people say. And you have to kind of try to tell me who...
Hold on, I gotta guess.
Yes. You got to tell me who said what. LoudSilence TV. Every week come here and see that little bit of sweet heat for Hot Sauce and Honey. Your host, Cha.
And Sue.
All right, holler at your girl.
See you soon.
So the game basically is like this, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say black quotes or just quotes from black people. Doesn't necessarily be in history. It could be everyday things that black people say. And you have to kind of try to tell me who...
Hold on, I gotta guess.
Yes. You got to tell me who said what. LoudSilence TV. Every week come here and see that little bit of sweet heat by Hot Sauce and Honey. Your host, Cha and Sue. All right, holla at your girl. See you soon. So the game basically is like this, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say black quotes or just quotes from black people. Okay. Doesn't necessarily have to be in history. It could be everyday things that black people say. And you have to kind of try to tell me who...
Hold on, I got to guess.
Yes. You got to tell me who said what. LoudSilence TV. Every week come here and see that little bit of sweet heat by Hot Sauce and Honey. Your host, Cha and Sue. All right, holla at your girl. See you soon. So the game basically is like this, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say black quotes or just quotes from black people. Okay. Doesn't necessarily have to be in history. It could be everyday things that black people say. And you have to kind of try to tell me who...
Hold on, I got to guess.
Yes. You got to tell me who said what. LoudSilence TV. Every week come here and see that little bit of sweet heat by Hot Sauce and Honey. Your host, Cha and Sue. All right, holla at your girl. See you soon. So the game basically is like this, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say black quotes or just quotes from black people. Okay. Doesn't necessarily have to be in history. It could be everyday things that black people say. And you have to kind of try to tell me who...
Hold on, I got to guess.
Yes. You got to tell me who said what. LoudSilence TV. Every week come here and see that little bit of sweet heat by Hot Sauce and Honey. Your host, Cha and Sue. All right, holla at your girl. See you soon. So the game basically is like this, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say black quotes or just quotes from black people. Okay. Doesn't necessarily have to be in history. It could be everyday things that black people say. And you have to kind of try to tell me who...
Hold on, I got to guess.
Yes. You got to tell me who said what. LoudSilence TV. Every week come here and see that little bit of sweet heat by Hot Sauce and Honey. Your host, Cha and Sue. All right, holla at your girl. See you soon. So the game basically is like this, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say black quotes or just quotes from black people. Okay. Doesn't necessarily have to be in history. It could be everyday things that black people say. And you have to kind of try to tell me who...
Hold on, I got to guess.
Yes. You got to tell me who said what. LoudSilence TV. Every week come here and see that little bit of sweet heat by Hot Sauce and Honey. Your host, Cha and Sue. All right, holla at your girl. See you soon. So the game basically is like this, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say black quotes or just quotes from black people. Okay. Doesn't necessarily have to be in history. Thank you guys for bringing your ass back to Hot Sauce and Honey.
Right.
Here on LoudSilence TV. We're so glad you guys stuck around. And we're going to come off of the whole coronavirus situation because I'm tired of talking about that shit at this point. It's giving me a headache. I don't want to talk about it no more. That's it. Dead, finito.
Done.
But me and Miss Joylin here are both dedicated moms.
Yep.
She's a mom to a beautiful little girl. I wanted a girl so bad, y'all.
And I want a boy.
Oh, well,
I want a badass son. So I can whip that ass from this one.
My son bad as hell. My son bad and he's strong.
But let's get into Okay. This is a very fragile topic, but moms on the road to becoming MILFs. How do you feel about that? Because the way I'm looking at you, definitely giving MILF, honey. You know?
But being pregnant was one of the most
life-changing,
traumatic experiences.
That body does something to you. It's something you just can't.
Did you push?
Undo. I didn't.
You didn't push?
I had an emergency C-section.
What?
Child, nothing was coming out this okay? I was born with it. Yeah. I don't think I could have. I'm telling you, it's like God knew what to do with me because He knew if I had to push, this baby would still be right here.
That was easy. That was the easy part. Like, I enjoy that part. The lady who delivered my baby, her name was Diva. First name Diva. And she just loved us because while I was going through my contractions, I was playing gospel music. I was in that journey, meditating down. You and me.
As you should.
Hello. But see, I was induced. My son was not ready to come out anywhere. So
he wasn't ready for the world, honey.
But okay, let's talk about moms to MILF. I feel like every mom is a MILF.
I do.
Every mom is a beautiful black mother. Well, not black. I'm sorry. A beautiful mother who should be worthy of being.
Yeah. And that's not up for anyone else to decide.
Hello,
that's
say
you.
it again.
You're the mother. So your man can't tell you if you're a MILF or not. Shout your mouth. Okay? Now, if you act like it, that's a whole nother situation because some of y'all don't act like it or dress like it. But, you know.
But what you mean dress like it? Because sometimes I feel like as a mom, if you not back on your sexy right away, it's okay. I feel like the sweat.
It's absolutely okay. However, I just believe that women should take a little bit of pride in your appearance. And that also means that comes down to hygiene. So it was this thing, and I'm just being real. When I had my baby, I had this afterbirth smell that followed me for like a few weeks. Yes.
I know
it was. Right. It wasn't like a crazy smell. It was just like a scent that was just on me.
And you feel like you smelled it?
Of course. It could have been, but with that being said, I had to do extra to make sure. I was like, okay.
Really?
Yes.
I've never heard that.
It was an afterbirth. I'm telling you, it followed me around.
Really? That is so uncomfortable. I feel like if you don't know of anybody else.
Yeah. So we already had sensitive patois. I always say treat it like a fruit and not a vegetable, even though vegetables are good for you. But
you gotta rewind that part back. Treat it like a fruit.
Yeah, because honey, we know when vegetables rot, they rot much sooner than a fruit. But you know, it's a fruit, honey. And one thing I will say, we smell ourselves before anyone else. Okay, that's number one. So there is no excuse. There is absolutely no excuse on why you may be walking around smelling or looking a certain type of way. Now, however, if you have just done God's greatest thing to earth, giving birth, it's nothing anyone could tell you. If you want to walk out here looking crazy, I salute you because it's something that's from the inside that no one can really take from you, and definitely not a man. So I would say to just
extra precautions.
And also at least try to get on a journey to becoming a MILF because it's super fun. It's super sexy.
It is.
And it's for you. It's for you to role play. Like, I role play a lot by myself. I'm single.
What?
I swear to God, when I had my baby, so it was crazy. I lost my birth weight initially, but then I regained it, which was weird as fuck.
No, I did that. We need some trap music when we do that.
Yes, we do. So I would say it feels sexy. You know, men like sexy, but it's not about them right now. Fuck that. It's about you and that baby. And a real man is going to love that shit.
Regardless.
He's going to love that you look a mess, but you feeling your sexiest.
Yeah.
That's a MILF, baby.
A real man.
That's a MILF. So
I would say this. I feel like I'm sexier now with a womanly weight because
there's a glow.
It's a glow that only you get from seeing your seed or.
And I'm not lying. When I walked in here, I hadn't seen you since it's 2016.
We haven't seen each other probably like
4.5
5
years. Yeah, so you look the exact same, but I could see a transition on you, and I'm like, okay, it's cute because it dwells in you.
Okay,
and that's another thing. It will come from the inside out, ladies. It's not the opposite way, inside out.
I definitely feel like you have definitely matured, and I was waiting because I'm a little older than Joylin.
Child, we gotta get
waiting for her to hit that peak because I'm like, this girl has so much potential to be an entrepreneur, to be a spokesperson.
Let's talk about
now the MILF. We're talking about MILF, so we just want to make sure we have a breakdown of what MILF is. Explain to them exactly what, when we say MILF, what we're speaking about.
A mother, and not a new mom, because it's a journey. I can't put a time on your journey to becoming a MILF because I'm still in my transition. But a mother who has just transitioned into a woman, okay? Because let me say one thing. Any female can have a baby, right?
Oh, sorry.
I don't consider myself to be a woman until I had my daughter because I was in a stage where I hadn't reached that, maturity level spiritually and emotionally. So it's for me, it's a mother who has become a woman. Typically society puts out that women have babies. No.
Any girl, a girl can have a baby.
A girl can have a baby, and a baby has made me into a woman. And now I have to find in my new womanhood. I'm still learning new things about my sexuality. What I like spiritually, what feeds my spirit, what feeds my body, my mind. So, with that being said, I start to take more pride in the things I do, just naturally. Not even just with appearance, how I speak. Those are the things.
Always been very well spoken, very articulate.
But I also, no one knew, is that I had a very nasty mouth.
Yeah, but that's why I like about you. That's why we got along. Because because it only came out when need to be. That's what women gotta realize. Yeah. You have to realize sometimes as a woman, your mouth is your weapon because our hands and our feet cannot be our weapon as a woman. Sometimes you gotta be able to articulate to fight with somebody because as a woman you're not gonna win every fight. As a woman you're not gonna be able to fight towards a man. You gotta be able to speak to say.
However, you have to, as a woman, you have to know who they'll put it up there later, but who was that that said a woman always knows when to leave? Meaning you have to know when it's time to stop. I think it was Medea, child. Medea had all the quotes.
That's very good.
But we have to know when to stop because this is the thing, and it's not for the person in front of you. It's for you. Like, I have recently gotten into it with someone, and I just, froze because I'm like, oh, hell no. You ain't even it for me to sit up here and try to prove a point. So, bitch, you ain't right, but I know one thing, you ain't it. So now I gotta bring you back to earth real fast and walk off on your ass and make you feel stupid. So, that's a part of being a MILF too, is when when people just gotta get exiled. And you
as
gotta
a mother, because you cannot be going to jail as a mother.
That's a MILF.
You only go to jail. Only go to jail. Andrea Styles, my poo take, she gave me the best advice ever. Only go to jail over your own kid.
Yeah.
Only
and that's your man, honey, not your kid's father, because your kid's father, he's stronger than you, honey. Shit, he
be alright.
Yeah, okay.
He be alright.
So, and then a real one ain't gonna want to see you there. So, but I just think it gets to a point where I truly believe, I grew up believing that a smart woman always announced herself, and now I believe the very opposite. I believe there are a lot of smart women that are just silent, and it speaks volumes because they don't need to hear you. It's like something you could feel. And, to reference that into being a MILF, I believe when you become a mother and when you transition into a womanhood or even more into womanhood, you get this feeling, like, I'm it. And you may not look like it, but shit.
Somebody,
you it, because you done did God's work. You done did some shit
Can't nobody else do.
God didn't make just for you to do. So now everybody ain't milfs. Let's also talk about that. Now,
Joylin,
if you out here looking good, but then your child looking, you know. And I just had a conversation with my cousin about this. Now we about to get into some tea, some hot sauce. Okay. You know, I'm all about uplifting women, but I truly
also gotta keep it real too.
How do I say it? Malaysia. Basketball wives. Now, this is just me speaking. I don't know Malaysia. I'm not taking away from anything she has done. I just have a soft spot for women or men who have children that don't look up to par. But you go out and step out as your baddest. That ain't cool. That ain't MILF. Okay. That ain't MILF.
So you say that, and I know people were attacking the other girl. The girl, she's Basketball Wives too. She's the sister of the two sisters, the Guzman. What's the basketball player? Gilbert Arena. You know the basketball player Gilbert Arena? Google it. There's a girl that they say don't take, like, she be having Fendi on, Prada, Gucci, and her kids technically down. Her kids be like a little, you know. That's what they say. I don't talk about kids. I don't know.
Now, designer. Okay, let me put it like this. Let me say this.
Laura.
It's going to... Laura, I kind of knew that's who you were talking about. So, I feel like every woman knows their child. Okay? And I'm going to start off with saying, if you know your child is just inconsiderate as hell, don't give a fuck, and fuck their clothes up, then hell no. I wouldn't get there as that either. Now, they gonna have some in their closet for like a pull out, you know, when it's time to step out. Party, but just to be throwing it on them, now that don't mean you gotta thrift shop, you know, get thrifty on them now. I mean, they can have nice clothes. You know, you don't have to be too thrifty, you know? But there could be a certain line. Now, if you have a child like my daughter, she's not that rough, you know, and if I have all the means to buy all this design, then you best believe she gonna match. Right. That's just me. But older children, I do understand why some parents are a little bit precautious about getting a designer because, number one, it becomes a luxury. And a thing, like, even when Faith gets older, it's not gonna get handed to you. You know, like, if you want something, show me that you worthy of me getting you something that's just an outrageous price. Like, show me that you want it. You know what I'm saying?
At what age do you do that?
I think that's like high school days. Because when you in high school, you done already went through your stage. You're trying to figure out sexuality. Now, I'm not going to say everyone. Right. But you got more than enough sense to get it together. Right. And to represent how I raised you to be. And if I feel like you can't do that, then that's where I'm going to start taking things away that you consider a luxury, and that even if that's clothes. But that's a little off topic. My thing is, what Fab say, if you walking around the Prada, buy your baby Prada too. Period, okay? So, and, you know, that's just the same. That ain't what being a MILF is. A MILF ain't about always looking good. It's about feeling good. You know, making other people feel good.
This is what I feel like a MILF is. A MILF is a well-rounded mom. Meaning, well-rounded meaning you look good, you feel good, your house is good, your mental is good, your husband is good,
that baby,
your financial is good, your children are good. A well-rounded person, a mom who, because honestly, being a mom is not easy at all. Like, people got to understand that you conjure up energy you never thought you've had. You think about things you never will because you are responsible for somebody else. And that's something that does not go away. You're going to be responsible for somebody for the rest of their life and your life until you pass. You're going to think about, you should be thinking about your child.
It's like you become human. It's weird. It's like you become
like you step in your purpose a little bit more.
Yeah, it's like a different. It's like you can't believe the life in front of you.
Yeah, it's like somebody smacked the hell out of you and you wake up. So I mean, I feel as though I'm having an easier time being a mom now that I did when I was pregnant, because pregnancy was just terrible for me. But you know, I enjoy it. I don't see nothing wrong with it. I understand how women can walk away from their children. Though. Like, I don't understand how women could just get up today and be like, okay, I don't have this child with this person, so let me start over and get a whole nother child.
Ooh, that's a scary. That's a dangerous person.
How do you just go ahead and just get a whole nother, make a whole nother child, and you still have children out there that you don't necessarily have?
Yep.
But you know, that's neither here or there. That's not my business. You know, everybody goes through things, and I understand that. But you know, just putting your best foot forward is always. Yeah. You know.
That is what makes a big difference, and your child is going to see that.
Hello, later on in life.
Oh yeah, and trust me.
Speaking about child, did you hear about when Kenya Moore had said that she was kind of jealous of her relationship with her baby father?
You know what?
She's jealous of her child. How can I be jealous? How? How? You should find that beautiful. You should find.
But I will say, this is the only little bit of respect I'm going to give her. She kept it real. Now, because a lot of women, you know,
they'll keep it real. They hide that shit forever.
It's something with mothers and daughters. It's something that goes beyond me.
Mothers get jealous of their daughters after a while.
And she is the prime example of
But how you jealous of an infant? Like, come on, that's supposed to come later when your daughter gets little teeth, little ass. She's smelling herself. Did I understand that? But you're talking about
misplaced energy. So Kenya is the perfect example of misplacing energy. From the day we have met Kenya. And Miss Daly, I gotta come for you real fast. Just because, you know, I never really liked Kenya, but I did kind of get like maybe 2% respect for Kenya, just because after a while when Mark broke her ass down,
he broke her down.
She had no choice but to kind of tell the damn truth. So my whole thing was, as far as her being jealous, I get it, and let me tell you why. Now, I don't feel sorry for her. No, I do not. Because I feel like that's her own karma coming back to kind of get her ass. Because you know how you did Phaedra.
I know. About, okay. That's my
you did Phaedra like she was a $2 hoe, okay?
I think Phaedra coming back next season, too.
She better come back.
She coming back. Because I think people want to see... That's what you get.
Yeah.
Or I told you so. Or
it's overdue.
People love that. When the villain get what they gotta get,
because you're helping everybody else merge. Now you got one of your own. Oh, the heat is on you.
I just always rooted for Kenya being a good person because she is a dark-skinned beauty queen.
Yeah.
And I always try to ride, you know, out of just support, ride for my dark-skinned beauty queens. Because, bitch, I'm a dark-skinned beauty queen, so I get it, okay? But what you're not going to do is you're not going to
She's tearing down
women. What you're not going to do is you're not going to tear marriages down. You're not going to tear relationships down. Because what you do is you set the tone for karma to come around and bite your ass. Motherfucking ass. And that's not what you're getting. So I don't feel too bad.
Yeah, it's hard to feel bad for someone who has... It's like one of those things
where you can sympathize, but I can't empathize.
She owns being messy. And see, that's another thing I don't get. It's not healthy at all. But, you know, Kenya know what time it is.
That's not healthy. We'll see where you are if you're happy in the next 5 years or so.
She ain't... Now, you know who is giving MILF?
Who?
My girl, Portia. I love Portia.
People say I remind her of Portia.
You do?
I swear to God. I'm sorry.
I said that to myself. This is like, God, you know, your energy, let me tell you, because Portia from the show, we seen Portia be this little housewife who wasn't financially dependent, couldn't do anything on her own without speaking to her husband. We watched that and how he stunned on her ass.
He did.
But she took that divorce and she bossed up. She said, fuck that. And she didn't be a hoe, nothing. But she took time for herself. We saw Portia come back with the new teeth, honey.
Yes.
The new body. She owned it. Yeah. Like, she owned it, and she still had that personality that was like, okay, I'm better now, but I don't feel like I'm better than you.
Yeah.
I'm just doing my own thing. And Portia is cool. I love me some Portia. And Portia's always open to... I love a woman that can communicate.
She's like the new queen of the
I think so. And they ain't trying to give her that light yet, but y'all know.
But I don't know why, like, everybody that really know me is like, you remind me of Portia. I'm just how? So I started watching it, like, let me just watch this girl just see. I can see, because she's very, like, I'm like that too. Like, I'm
she
very...
comes off
lighthearted.
No, Portia comes off naive. But let me tell you something. Portia would get you together.
Yeah, I like that.
She has this young spirit, and people forget that she's seasoned.
Yes.
So you could easily come for her like, oh, Blue.
Because I'm like that. I give everybody the benefit.
Yeah.
I'm very, very sweet because I just believe in kumbaya. But I am that bitch. Mm-hmm. Hallelujah. I am that bitch. And if you come at me, I am the last individual. I will cut you down so bad. And I hate getting to that point. Yep. But it's necessary because I am a petite woman. I am a little woman and people will try you. You know what I'm saying? So I understand where they get that because that's how Portia is. Portia's like, look, I'm nice and sweet.
Because when Kenya put that hand, she said, put the hand down, Kenya. We be talking, put the hand down. And she said it so gracefully, but she said it stern enough so you can put it down. But let's continue to talk.
Joylin remind me of Nicki Minaj.
No.
I don't think that's... She give you Nicki Minaj vibes?
I don't think so.
What you think? Talking to you, Kevin.
I always felt like...
She give you Nicki Minaj vibes?
No, you don't have to lie. You know what? See,
you always gave me Nicki Minaj. I'm not talking... I think... 67. Thank you.
That's what I get to. Nicki is a little... I'm not bitter. And no shade, I love Nicki, but I think Nicki has some things within herself she's still, because it shows.
Girl, you better be quiet for them fucking barbs.
Fuck me up.
They will drag you out your house by your head, honey. I don't talk... Two things I don't talk about is Beyonce.
Now I'm scared of Beyonce.
I'm scared of Beyonce.
Child.
I don't say nothing, nigga.
If Beyonce throw Blue Ivy over the cliff, them fans be like, oh, she must have did something.
Right.
They don't know. They don't give a Beyonce did it. She had a good reason to throw that little girl over the cliff. That motherfucker ride or die for Beyonce.
The Beehive, I don't know what it is because Beyonce is not technically the nicest person to be. Matter of fact, that's not even. I'm not even gonna do it because I'm not messing with the Beehive. One thing for sure, you ain't gonna hack my accounts.
You know they will. All she gotta do is say a word.
She had a blank letter like this. Listen, Beyonce hit that.
The nostrils start flaming out.
Hello. If Beyonce hit one of these, the Beehive is.
Don't let her make an album about it and call it Strawberries, honey, because your ass is done.
I just never understood the hype. Like, I feel like she's a beautiful black woman. However, I just feel like maybe that.
I know what it is. She has mystery because it's something people. It's something about.
I feel like we as black people, we
not
don't like
knowing something about somebody that makes you love them. It's a mystery. And see, she
it's
don't.
A natural way of doing it. Like, we naturally loved Aaliyah. You understand what I'm saying? That was almost like just natural. With Beyonce, I feel like she kind of makes a persona like I'm perfect, and that turns some people off. Like,
but in her documentary, she did the opposite. Like, she said how she got big as hell and how she was stressed when she had them damn twins and how she almost gay. Girl, she kept it very real. How she just didn't want to talk to people.
Who I don't want to get into it. Beyonce needs to be her own show. I need to prepare and meditate.
But you know what?
Get my ancestors located. Make sure I got protection. Because if you talk about her, it's
imagine having the world on your shoulders. And you just want to.
That's what you want. You said
right,
that.
but
You said I wanted to be the.
But I think one thing I can respect about her is that she look. You want the entertainer, I'm giving you that. Don't worry about my personal life. And that's just and I know a lot of women that. And I guess she's saying 100 million fans or not. You're not getting in my business. And I'm going to try to do the most I can to keep you out of it. And that's just what I guess she feel like she already given enough. She giving you a show.
Why do you think Solange have it? Because honestly, you guys,
I love Solange.
We have to give Solange her due. Like, Solange is
I love her.
She's like bomb. You know what I mean? I just don't understand why we're not giving her that energy that we give B. And that goes back to a lot of colorism in the industry. Like, I feel like we just don't give as much love and appreciation and attention to women who aren't as
like our girl Tink.
Girl, listen.
Tink been back in the MySpace days, okay?
First of all,
no way.
Stop what you're doing, everybody. Go and
stream Hopeless Romantic.
Please, because Tink is another one of these chocolate women.
And I love her too because she never felt like she had to adapt to being Instagram, this persona. Tink always been Tink. Tink sound always been her sound. I follow her on Instagram.
I love Tink.
She not going out the way, bending over, showing her ass. She is who she is, honey. She's beautiful.
I love Tink. I love you, Tink. I'm a fan.
And she
and
listen,
I'm a Sagittarius. We don't say we fans of anybody, okay? But
y'all
Tink,
don't.
We don't.
Ooh, let's not get into the Sagittarius, honey. You're a little bit, see, the Sagittarius I'm used to are a little bit more reserved than you. You have like a...
No, okay. Let me explain
HOTsauce and Honey, little too.
Let me explain Sagittarius. Sagittarius are half beast, half man. So most likely when you meet a Sagittarius, you're going to get one or the other initially, and then the other one will play the background.
But you're a little bit more...
What you think?
Affectionate than the Sagittarius that I'm used to. Sagittarius don't give you much.
They don't.
But
it depends on what side. That's that man side. So it depends on what a Sagittarius pick that they want their initial selves to be. I have chose a long time ago that I'm a beast. Ain't nobody gonna do shit. I'm gonna eat you. I'm gonna eat you before you eat me. You understand what I'm saying? And if I like you, you'll get that soft, demure side of me. But at the end of the day, I'm known for stomping a nigga out.
See, I'm the opposite. I'm really like this and really, just really give me that soft side.
What's your sign?
Until you do the one little thing and I blow up on your ass. I'm a Cancer. The best. Don't you even say.
My father's a Cancer and he's crazy. He has conversations with himself like, he be like, I told you that I needed this by this. You
But you know what? He's trying to get himself together before he had to jack somebody ass up.
Okay, he's one of those people. He's very
real with it.
He's very like kumbaya. But if you get him fucked up, you got him fucked up.
Because it's one thing to know you're a good person, but and someone treats you a certain way. But it's another thing for them to know you're a good person and they treat you. Oh, now that's like a war. So you know I'm a good person, but you want to shit on me. Oh, that's like. You can't come back. You can't come back.
What's your birthday?
When's your birthday?
September.
What?
27?
No, it's 2nd.
Virgo. He's a Virgo. I don't know much about Virgos.
What?
Beyonce.
Oh, but they let
you. But they let you. But Virgos, they have a way of making it seem like they're giving you a lot. The whole time they ain't giving you nothing.
For real.
That's Beyonce. They make it seem like they giving you all this shit about them. But the whole time you don't know shit about a Virgo. No, they dangerous because you'll be like, oh, I know him. But girl, you don't know shit. he done made it seem like he done told you so much.
For real.
The whole time, honey. Them little silent shooters right there.
For real, Virgo. I mean, I only know female Virgos. I don't know too many male Virgos, but the female Virgos, they seem so like self-absorbed.
Yeah, they do.
Like they feel that they like they're the heartbeat. You know what I mean? Like everything kind of absorbs to them. Is what I get from Virgos. Yeah, but you know.
I can't get with them.
So we gotta go for Mr. Beyonce.
Mr. B. Mr. B. Yeah. Cause you see how he was smiling at you. You seem like you kind of know him a little, like naturally. But then whole time, like, do I know him?
So HOTsauce and Honey, right? We're gonna explain how we're feeling. So every day we're gonna we shoot this pilot. We're always gonna say,
and we want to know how you're feeling.
Yes. Are you more hot sauce or you're more honey? So basically that means that if you're feeling more hot sauce or you feeling more honey. Yeah. So right now, today, at this very moment, I feel a little bit more hot sauce. I'm a little hot sauce. And I say that I'm feeling more hot sauce because I'm feeling feisty. I feel like I've been pent up too much in the house, maybe. So I'm just ready to like to wiggle out. I'm ready to wear clothes. I'm ready to wiggle. I'm just ready to get some stuff like moving and shaking. I feel like I'm being like, technically the best word to use is quarantine. Like I really feel like I'm being protected. Like, so I would say today, you know, it's a hot sauce day for me. What about you?
I agree.
You feel a little bit more hot sauce?
Yeah. I think I'm definitely feeling spicy. You know, spice is good. You know, it gets you back down, but it brings you up. It's a roller coaster, but you here with it. I'm spicy.
You're more spicy today?
And I'm not a hot sauce fan.
Okay. Well, next week I definitely want to get into. I brought a water kit. So next week we're definitely going to different waters. We're gonna test Dasani, Deer Park, Fiji, like the little cheap Shoppers brand waters you get. We're gonna test.
Are you spring or purified? I'm spring.
Matter of fact, I don't even do spring like that. I do creek water.
Okay.
Like my water gotta come from a creek or something like that. I don't trust that spring shit because the shit tastes like plastic and
You think so? I think it's so light on the side. I think it's light. I think purified just tastes like it's kind of.
Purified means that. Okay, let's do that. Let's break down what purified, spring, untouched, because spring. To me, it's supposed to come from a spring. Purified means that it was dirty water and it was clean. And I technically myself do not believe in drinking purified because to me it tastes like it's
a different taste.
Yeah. So we're definitely going to try to get into testing different water.
And y'all got all that water at home because Walmart ain't got no water. So y'all definitely should be tasting with us, okay? Because somebody bought all that water.
Somebody got all the water. Somebody got all the toilet tissue. What are y'all doing with all the tissue?
It's shitty.
Bye.
Ew, better out than in, though. Better out than in.
Okay, so the whole tissues epidemic, I think that comes from...
We gotta get them a number for a plumber, honey. All that damn tissue. Somebody should get
I'm going to tell y'all what they said the tissue came from. So before the whole pandemic with the corona broke out, in China, some guys did a heist and stole thousands and thousands of dollars worth of tissue. So everybody kept hearing corona tissue. So that kind of started a pandemic of thinking people that there were going to be a shortage on tissue. But technically, it just came from somebody in China stole a bunch of tissue. So technically, there is no pandemic on tissue. If anything, it's a pandemic on just not boosting your immune. Get your vitamins. Feel better.
That vitamin shelf was fully stocked. Okay?
Right.
The vegetables were still there. The fruits.
Everything's still there, but the stuff you need. And the fact that, I understand why they're trying to, like, get canned foods and stuff like that because, they don't know if they're going to be able to leave their house. But canned foods aren't the healthiest, to be honest. Like,
and I have a lot of them. That's the crazy part. So I'm actually in a transition. We're trying to figure out storage as far as food because my freezer is not the biggest. I was thinking about getting a deep freezer.
Yeah, just go ahead and get you a $99 deep freezer from Walmart.
Yeah,
just go ahead and get one and just put it somewhere.
And that would mean I would have to cook twice as much so that my food won't go bad.
Yeah,
so. But there's nothing wrong with that. I'll be saving money, right? And losing a little bit of weight.
That's the goal. I'm trying to just keep it fresh. Okay.
Yeah. But stay tuned. Next week we're going to get into... a lot of the thirsty shit that y'all do. Literally, because we're going to go over with the water, because I'm interested in seeing what you think.
Yeah, I want to know what has
I always grew up thinking water was water, but just recently, it's a difference.
No, when I was pregnant, I could not drink any water. The only water that didn't make me sick was Fiji, and that says a lot.
Really?
Yes. If I
People love that Fiji water.
It tastes.
And I heard it's a thin cut. Is that the right way to say it? Like it's very thin.
It's not touched. You can tell that it's not touched. It doesn't have any chemicals in there.
What do you think about that? That water, smart water.
Smart water is purified as well.
It's just
I have a bottle of smart water right here, and it does say it's distilled. It's distilled, and it also has electrolytes, meaning that somebody put something in here. So let's find out the difference from distilled, spring, purified.
Yeah, we're gonna
break everything down for you because we want you all to know what is in your cabinet. What are you giving your children? What are you mixing with your Cerelac? What are you drinking? What is the best to buy? Mm-hmm. So we're going to try to break that down. We're going to test the water. We're going to see which water is the best to kind of consume during this crisis. Okay? So we love you guys. We appreciate you guys for coming. This is definitely LoudSilence TV Network. We always want you guys to stop here to get any content on local, what's going on here, what's going on in the U.S., what's going on in Africa, what's going on in Italy, what's going on.
And tell us how you feel. Like, we talk back.
Yeah, we talk back.
Like, it's not just a one-way street. Let's see what you got to say, and let's discuss it. I want to hear, what you got to say. If it's spicy, it's a little sweet.
If it's sweet, we take it too.
I love sweet. Me personally, I love sweet. Now, I always, anytime I have something sweet, I always gotta have something spicy right after.
Really?
I've always been a sweet and salty person.
Really?
It's never salty than sweet. It's always sweet than salty. That says a lot about me, I think. I don't know.
I'm more spice. Give me some hot sauce. Give me chateau. We don't know. You know
But thank you for tuning in. I had so much fun being here.
Thank you.
Don't forget to follow me at Joylin on Instagram. Again, I will be back next week. I want to see what's going to go on because I'm a thirsty hoe, okay? So, and I need to quench this thirst because I'm getting right with the Lord, okay?
Okay.
So we're going to see what this water is getting into.
All right, and I'm your host. I'm Badass ChaCha on Instagram. Everybody call me Cha. This is HOTsauce and Honey on LoudSilence TV and Network. We'll see you next week for a little bit of sweet heat.
Have a great week, guys.
Bye. Bye-bye. Bloop, bloop.
Don't forget your...